Hey guys, welcome to another installment of Tobi's Books, where I'm going to be talking about how to build great teams by actually showing you some of the problems with bad teams. One of the biggest problems with building a healthy team is an absence of trust. Without trust in a team, it can never grow, it can never be fruitful. In one of the schools I worked in, I was a year leader, and unfortunately the team I worked with, there was not always trust between myself and them. There was a specific incident where I designed a game for all the students in my house. Now it was an afternoon and it was an activities afternoon for students. So I decided to design a board game which had to do with bluffs and dares. One of the bluffs I had designed, one of the tutors thought was inappropriate. Instead of that tutor to come to me at the end of the day to explain why they felt that bluff was inappropriate, they actually went above me and they spoke to the deputy head of the school. Now the deputy head decided to go and speak to my line manager, who came to me and we had a discussion. She rightly agreed that that action by whichever member staff it was, who she didn't know, was wrong. So we decided that instead of me being confrontational with the team, actually just to stand back. Now the issue with that is it created a lack of trust between me and them because I didn't know who had done it. So one of the key problems or issues with building a team is an absence of trust. So for anyone who runs a team, you need to build trust between your members, and there's a few activities you can do. One exercise you can do is called the personal histories exercise, and this helps just to build some sort of trust. What you find out usually is within a team, people actually don't know information about each other, even though they've been working with each other for months. I've noticed that people usually speak on a superficial level. Nothing is deep or above the surface where they really get to know each other. So the personal histories exercise uses 5 different categories so that you can know just a bit about your work colleagues. So one of the categories is number of siblings. Another category is hometown, so where the person was born. Another category is unique challenges as a child. And then the last 2 is worst job and favorite job. So I want you to try this exercise with your team, because you're going to notice that it will just build some sort of trust amongst them all. Point number 2 is a fear of conflict. In some of the organizations I've worked in, I've noticed that the head of that organization usually dictates to all the other members in the organization. During team meetings, they will just tell people what to do. That's usually a sign of a weak leader or somebody who's not comfortable or safe. A sign of a great team is when every single member is able to air out their views and they do not hold back, knowing that their views are valid and that no one is going to take offense, simply because they're all pulling in the same direction. They want the organization to succeed and to be great. But in order for there to be great debates and discussions in a team, they need to trust each other. They need to know that if they air out their views, no one's going to hold any personal grudges or will be offended. And that simply comes by trusting one another and knowing that you're all on the same team and you want the best for the organization. If anyone in your team is simply for themselves and not for the organization, they're in the wrong team. You need to find people who want their organization to succeed above their own success. So point number 2 is fear of conflict. Watch in your team meetings, are people able to engage in passionate and heated debates because they want to have the best solutions to the problems that are currently inhibiting that organization. So point number 2 is do not be scared to have conflict within team meetings and team discussions. Final point is a lack of commitment. Too often in teams, individuals fail to commit to the final decision, and the simple reason is if they feel they've been unable to air out their own views and opinions, they will not commit to that decision. I know I've been in many meetings where I've told people this is the decision that's been taken, and they've decided not to follow through with that decision simply because they were unable to air out their own views and opinions. So in order for people to commit to a decision made, they simply need to feel that their views have been aired out. Whether or not their views are taken on board, the key is that they're able to say their own opinions and views and not feel that they're going to be mistreated or told off for airing their views and opinion. So the third point is, in order for your team to commit to every decision that's made, they need to be allowed to air out their own views and opinions. Final 2 points is avoidance of accountability and inattention to results. If you want to build a great team, everyone in the team needs to hold each other accountable, and also the results of the team needs to be put ahead of the results of the individual. To find out more about this, I'd like to encourage you to purchase the book, The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team by Patrick Lencioni. Hey guys, thank you for joining me on another installment of Tobi's Books. Hope you enjoyed today's teaching on how to build a strong team. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and also share with 5 friends. If you know anyone out there who's a leader or who runs a team, this is going to benefit them to ensure that their team succeeds and also the organization.